for Black Girl Nerds.
Hello, Shannon and Skyler. How are you doing?
Hi.
You
We're
both look,
doing well.
you both look very, very beautiful. And I'm excited to talk to you because I enjoyed your respective performances in the show. Full disclosure, I've seen the first 4 episodes, so I've seen a good bit of what you guys are going to go through this season, but I'm going to keep it really general for our audience. So, Shannon, you play Miss Mississippi, and Skylar, you are Gidget in the show, and you both all work at the P Valley where it's happening, where it's at down in P
The
Valley.
the pink.
The pink is where it's
Mhm.
at. Shannon, starting with you, and I have this question for both of you, but beginning with Shannon, there's always a pressure for actresses to, or actors in general, to stay in shape for certain roles in addition to learning their lines and all of the other incidentals that come with performance. Is there an additional pressure to keep your fitness even more so on point given the nature of the show and what you have to and have not to wear as you head into rehearsals and performing every episode?
Katori Hall told us after we shot the pilot, before we even got picked up, she whispered in my ear, she's like, do not lose weight, eat. Like it was very important for her to show what women really look like, with the stretch marks, with the cellulite, the lumps and bumps and the guts and everything. And I did start to work out a few episodes in to build up my strength and my endurance. But you'll see in episode 1 that I have a little gut going on when I pass my baby over to Diamond. And that's okay. It's okay to be messy. It's okay to be real. Real women have guts. Real women get bloated. And this woman has just given birth, and not everyone snaps back, and that's okay. And I think it's really beautiful to see that.
Yeah.
And the same with you, Skylar?
Yeah, I agree with her. Like Katori wanted real bodies in this show. This show is done in such an authentic way with our bodies too. And you'll see even in one of Gidget's scenes, she leans over and has bruises all over her legs from pole dancing. But I definitely had to work out a little bit to be able to dance because we were dancing for sometimes hours on set in those little scenes in the club. But in pole dancing, I mean, we did pole dancing for hours, which was a huge workout within itself. We would sometimes be at the dance studio for 4 or 5 hours. But other than that, man, we ate and crafty real good. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed lunch. Didn't we, Shannon?
We did.
Even with those normalcies in your body, you ladies look phenomenal. You guys really, really look phenomenal. With a storyline centered on ladies who dance, on performers and strippers and aerial dancers, how has this changed your personal perception of people who pursue this as their line of work? As we see, it's important for people to pay their taxes. They have to present acceptable forms of ID. Like it's a job like anyone else's other job. So how has it changed, starting with you, Shannon?
Sometimes what people don't understand is that sometimes these women have no choice. Some women, their pimps bring them to the club and say, she wants to audition. I'll be waiting outside. I'll be back when you finish. A lot of these people, as soon as they're born, they don't even have a chance. When you're in a lower income neighborhood, you don't have the education. You're not even provided with the proper books, even, than somebody who grew up in the suburbs. Mm-hmm. You don't even have the financial stability to be able to afford to go to a Yale or a Harvard or something like that. So we're really playing with the cards that we've been dealt. And some people just want really fast money that they feel is easy to come by. So they end up in the strip club. And Listen, there's no shame in that. This is how people make their money. They have to live, they have to survive. And I can't knock anybody for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same for you, Skyler.
And these women, what I discovered throughout this is these women are so strong. These women are so strong, not only on the pole, but outside of the club and what they deal with outside of everything. And even within the club, these women are athletes. What they do is incredible. I mean, you've seen the show, you know, like the way that they move, it looks so easy sometimes, but telling you, it is so difficult what they do and what they're going through. And I see them as truly athletes.
I definitely can't do none of that. You know, I try to just do a little swirly around. I probably should. I've talked to a dancer before, and she told me that's how she got in shape, literally, just in the club, just doing the pole work with the core and the strength and just all of those different things. It's a hell of a workout. And it's really mainstream now. It used to be such a stigma with even doing that, but now you can go to your local insert corporation here and take do this kind of workout to get yourself in shape. So, you know, maybe it's a little less stigmatized, but I think the stigma is still there, which brings me into my next question for the both of you. What I appreciated about you ladies, or your characters, were just the different layers to them. There's just so much more than what's happening, than them dancing, than their bodies, just their beautiful face. There's so much more, so many layers of what they're going through in their lives outside of the club. Shannon, for your character, we learned early on that she's having some difficulties outside of the club. Discuss just kind of like the nuances of that personality who is in the strip club and just trying to earn a living, to do whatever, to handle whatever is going on with her outside of the club.
I think Keyshawn's story is just so rich with complexity, and there are just so many different layers and colors to her, which I found very beautiful. I found it very striking that despite everything and all the immense pain that she's going through, that she manages to be able to smile and to have a sense of humor. Mm-hmm. That was incredible to me. And she almost has too much of a good time. And you notice that, like, for me, it was, I wanted it to be a concerted effort that she makes to be happy and to make other people happy. And I wanted her to really, truly enjoy being at the club, because I know that that's a huge form of escapism from her abusive boyfriend and all that. She deals with so much. And despite all of that, even though she desperately wants to be loved and she's not receiving it, she's such a lovable person. Mm-hmm. She's still so sweet, and you still want to give her a hug. You still want to be her friend.
Mm-hmm. And the same with Gidget. We get to see a little bit of Gidget's life outside of the club, as a part of her personal life makes its way in the club as we get into one of the later episodes. How would you describe Gidget? You know, there's mention that she might have been a student from Ole Miss, and she's kind of like this one white woman who's in a club full of Black women, and she landed there for whatever reason. What insight can you give us into Gidget that'll tell us how she landed there?
Yeah, I feel like Gidget, she is a second generation pole dancer at the Pink. Mm-hmm. And she came into the club and she felt as though the club is kind of like a fantasy world for her to escape. Just kind of similar to Keyshawn. She felt like it will, like, if she puts on a huge colorful wig and colorful makeup and the amazing costumes, if she does that, it's kind of an escape for her. She gets away from home, where she lives in a trailer with her mother, which you'll see later on in the series a little bit more of Gidget. And she takes care of her mother. She's a caretaker overall for not only her mother, but a lot of the other girls she really, truly cares about. The show it's about sisterhood for Gidget. Like with Keyshawn and Mercedes, she loves her friends. And I feel like at times she puts a lot of people before her own dreams. Mm. And you'll see later on in the series, it gets more in depth into Gidget too.
Piggybacking on what you said about the fantasy and the costumes and the colorful wigs. Yeah. How long did it take you guys to get ready to shoot every day? Because I'm sure people presume, they just put on a little bra and panties. That's it. Send them out there. That's it. What is the kind of like the intensity of even getting ready to go out to do one of those scenes, starting with you, Skyler?
Oh my gosh. Well, every morning when I would get to set, it would start with me turning on Cardi B and getting prepared, putting on my Gidget necklace. I had a necklace I would put on every day when I got to set that was for Gidget. And then I would go in the makeup trailer, and I mean, we would be in there for sometimes like 4 hours, I feel like. I mean, it depended because I have a lot of tattoos in the show. It depended if they have to re-put the tattoos on, which takes a lot of time, and a full face of makeup, and the wigs take a long time. They would glue our wigs because we're doing tricks on the pole. Nobody wants to have their wig fly off. It took a lot of work, and the ladies did an incredible job with our makeup and our hair, and it was a lot of fun, but it definitely took a lot of time.
Yeah. We're on a very like set schedule, so we had production assistants come in and like, oh, how much time you got on Shannon? Whenever, which means like right now, hurry up. But it took a while. We did fake tattoos. Mm-hmm. I had the least amount of tattoos. I had like a tattoo with my kid's name on my wrist, and I had like some roses on my ankle. But Skyler had a full sleeve. Brandy has like a Cardi B like tattoo. It just goes like all up her. She has like knuckle tattoos, and that took a while. And we have to do that every day. And then you have to be careful with your showering when you go home, so that the process isn't longer the next day. You have to be careful with like the tattoos. The hair took a very long time, but it was so. And then we had nails, so we were not only getting all of this done, but we had a nail tech come in and was giving us these like really long stripper nails. All of it was so necessary for the character. As soon as you put everything on, you're like, you feel like her.
Yeah, some of my nails would take so long too. I remember I would have like bedazzled nails, and they would take so long every individual time, and there's so much detail.
It's we have a little bit time left together, so starting with Shannon, what was your reaction to yourself the first time you saw yourself in the full Mississippi Keyshawn look? Like, what was your first reaction?
I screamed. I was like, ah! I loved it. I loved her look. I had a conversation with the wardrobe, and I was like, I want her to look like Barbie in the hood, like Ratchet Barbie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like just bubblegum pink or like fuchsia and like latex sometimes. It was just so fun, and it was nothing like me. I don't wear nails that are this long. With the dazzles and all of that. And it really helped bring out her personality, because she's like this loud, bright hood chick. So I had a blast in the outfits.
And Skyler, you got to see yourself with all these crazy tattoos. What was your first reaction?
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hot. Look at me. I couldn't even believe that it was me. Like, I look so different on the show, and people will see that, but oh my gosh, how much fun it was. I've never gotten to wear so many colorful wigs and had my makeup like that and worn these awesome outfits and the heels. I could go on and on. It was just an incredible experience with just that.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I'm ready for episode 5. I was mad I only got to episode 4. I got to Mercedes whooping up on her mom, and I want to see what's going to happen with the rest of you the rest of this season. So good luck. Can't wait for the premiere. Enjoyed your performances greatly.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Take care.